on today's Something Major, we will be recapping round 2 results, talking a good bit about the American guys out there. We got 5 into the third round. And then also with that, we'll be previewing round 3, a few predictions, what we kind of see maybe happening and unfolding there. But yeah, with that, let's get into it.
Welcome back to Something Major with Stevie Johnson, Jack Sock, Sam Query. This is what we're going to be doing every other day throughout the Australian Open. Just as we did a couple days ago, we recapped the round 1 results. We are going to today recap round 2 results on the men's and the women's side a little bit. Most of the players are through to round 3. There's still one match going. Is that correct? And what time is it in Melbourne? Does anyone know?
Yeah, it's at 2:15 a.m.
Okay. And it's Medvedev in a 5th set against the lefty, Stevie, USC Trojan, Learner Tien. I think I pronounced that right. We're horrible with pronunciations. So Stevie, just open this up real quick. Tell us a little bit about Learner for the players that don't know him too well. Where is he from? What do you think of his game?
Yeah, Learner's is a Southern California kid who, like Sam mentioned a couple days ago, we've been hitting with him for a long, long time. Super talented lefty, kind of quiet, it's tough when you're 15, 16 years old on the practice court to really maybe show a lot of personality when you're out there with some of the pros. But the kid is an awesome tennis player. I would say in the last 16, 18 months has really come into his own. In the summer of 2024, he won future after future after future, and then one challenger and then another challenger, and has just been kind of steadily on the rise. He's a lefty with a really, really good game. He's not physically imposing. He's not, going to be overly confident or, boisterous out there, in how he acts, but he's a very, very good tennis player, and he's showing it right now against Medvedev deep into a 5th set here. So I think Medvedev kind of will sneak through this in the end just based on experience, but a very good showing for Learner, a great learning opportunity, and hopefully he can get a win, but I just think Medvedev will kind of sneak this one out just based on experience.
Learner finaled the next gen in Saudi at the end of the year and lost to my new favorite player, João, Fonseca. But yeah, Learner's a baller.
4 all in the fifth right now. Actually,
4 all in the 5th. Right, we're so good with predictions. Learner's probably going to win 6-4 in the 5th here.
Yeah, probably.
So we actually had some very positive feedback on our first Something Major, what we're calling it, episode on YouTube and Instagram, and we had some people try to tell us how to correctly pronounce João in the comments. I still don't understand. Someone wrote in and it made absolutely zero sense. He was talking about using the OO. And did you guys see that comment?
Yeah.
The OO and Zoom. And does anyone, I think it's João. Is that it? João?
I think the first O is supposed to be kind of like a U. I think it's João. I think it's like João.
João. Okay.
But is the last name Fonseca or Fonseca?
Yep.
Jack's the pronunciation king here. He got it right. João.
You know what? I think the first O we need to replace with a U and then just go from there. Last name, I have no idea. Could be.
We'll get it right eventually.
You guys not going to give me any credit for my correct take on the Tommy Paul K match?
Oh, that actually was. You said that you could see K winning a tight first. You literally called it to a T, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
K winning a tight first set.
Send that clip out, Charlie.
All right, let's move on to the draw. Let's keep it on the men's side. Obviously, we just talked about Medvedev is the 5 seed. He could be out. He's in danger right now. It's happening as we speak. What do we think of the seeds so far on the men's side? Obviously, there always are going to be some upsets. What do we think about the top players that are still in it? We actually touched on this a week ago. Excuse me. We talked about top 8 seeds that were in danger, and I think we hit the nail on the head on that one. We thought Casper was in danger, maybe going out early. He lost in the second round to Minsick. But let's go over the seeds on the men's side and how you guys feel this draw will shape up going forward. I'll start with you, Jack.
I think the Casper was isn't the craziest call maybe ever. Some fast hard courts. Obviously, Mensik is a baller, and he that doesn't seem too crazy. I mean, not a top seed, but Felix going out. But obviously, Davidovich Fokina is a just very, very good player. My pick with Zverev is looking pretty good. Kind of feel like he's getting through easy. T. Fritzy also winning very very easy. Hubie going out in straights. I'm not sure if there's something wrong. It seems a little too straightforward for him to just kind of get routine like that.
Like absolutely routine.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, a 4-4-2 was not.
He had a medical timeout, so he could have been injured.
Okay, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. But seems like Sinner losing a set, not a big deal, and then losing 8 games after that, the next 3. So I think the top guys look great. Casper wasn't the biggest surprise. Obviously, this going on right here could be pretty crazy if this learning experience that Learner is going through.
Learner was up a break early in this 5th set.
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, what are these guys just losing their breaks? Just get a break and close it out. It's easy.
Right? Yeah.
So much harder when you have to hit groundies after to try to hold.
I know. Sam, I want to throw it to you. Like Taylor Fritz, we know he's kind of entered a different air for him here, like sort of rarefied air. He's a top 4 seed. He's got his own quarter of the draw is dedicated to him being the favorite to make the semifinals. I personally think he's going to make the semifinals. He's had a pretty good draw, but it doesn't really matter. He's playing so well. He's absolutely crushing these people. He's probably been on the court for 3 hours over 2 matches. I mean, Taylor's gotten to the point in my mind where it's going to take a special effort from someone to beat him. And that's just how good he's gotten.
You could maybe make the argument that Taylor's playing better than anyone since he's gotten to Australia. They won the United Cup. He's just absolutely dominated through 2 rounds of the Australian Open. The dude's on a mission. Nothing is phasing him. I agree with you, John. I think he's going to make the semis. And then once you're in the semis, who knows? He could just do the other top 1, 2, 3 seeds make it to the semis? Do they get knocked out? But Taylor is a man on a mission and looks good right now. And I like what I'm seeing from him.
I mean, losing 8 games in 2 rounds is kind of crazy in a slam.
Has that ever been done?
It's probably been done a few times by a couple guys.
Rafa probably won the French losing 8 games a few times.
No, but I think, being not with Taylor, but just being out in LA where he was practicing for a few days in the off season with Mikey Russell and Paul Annacone, it feels as if he is working his his mental state or his tennis game strictly to beat the top guys when he's not at his best, which is the key, right? We can all win matches when we play really well, and I don't even think in a good way he even sees the first few rounds anymore, which is great for him. He kind of feels like he's going to get beyond those. The confidence is so high, and then he's working on trying to beat the Sinners, Alcarazes, Novaks of the world, Zverevs, when he's not at his best. And I think that is something that, is very important for him, because that's what it's going to boil down to. He's uber confident. We all know that in his abilities in the first couple rounds. So hopefully he can just continue that on and get to the later stages of this tournament, because he is playing insane right now.
So obviously he's not going to just roll through the tournament. We know that. He's only lost 8 games through 2 matches. Do you guys think he would benefit more if he had in his first 2 rounds maybe some some tougher tests around there, maybe a tiebreaker or 2, maybe a lost set or 2, or you guys think he's perfectly set where he is right now?
I think he's perfectly happy. Just rolling through this, get through unscathed, healthy, less time on court, be fresh at the middle to end of these tournaments. I don't think he needs to play tough matches. I think the confidence is extremely high regardless of, a 6-1 set or a 7-6 set. I don't think he needs a tough one out to get any more confidence.
I've noticed that he looks. Does he not look way phically stronger?
No, he's
now
bigger.
Than
he's a lot bigger.
But he doesn't have time. He's playing all the time, and I don't know. It's obviously we know how hard he works, but it doesn't seem like he's had been able to spend that much time in the gym. But he obviously has. He seems physically really strong as I've ever seen him.
Those preseason gains.
Yeah. Let's keep it on the American side. Tommy Paul advanced, as we know, and we spoke about the potential Fonseca Tiafoe match. We tried to predict what would happen with those two guys facing off in the third round, and they both lost. So that
Biggest
shows how
letdown ever.
Yeah. So Marozan from Hungary beat Tiafoe in 5 sets, and Sonego beat João in 5 sets.
You want to
as well.
predict the Mars on?
I don't want to
Sonego?
predict that match. I just want to talk about how I think we totally put the hex on both of those players. So maybe we should. What do you guys think about that?
I think that was Sam.
They probably listened to the episode 2 days ago and had penciled themselves into the third round. They're like, yeah, this is going to be great. Crowd's going to love it. We're both very popular players. And then, when I woke up this morning and checked the results, because João Fonseca played late in Australia, so I was in sleep. Yeah. I was devastated for like 30 seconds that he lost. He was legit my favorite player in tennis. And I didn't cry, but it ruined my morning for like 30 seconds.
Francis had a bunch of chances in the fourth too to like break and then have to hold like once or twice to win the match. And
0 for 10 on break points in the fourth set.
It's not a good stat.
Yeah, he had a lot of chances. That was So I feel like when I saw the result too, I was pretty surprised.
It was 6-1 in the fifth, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, I don't know. He wasn't feeling well.
Opelka lost a tough 5-setter as well to
Good point.
Machac. Also, how short are Machac's shorts?
Try playing against that in Houston at night on that wet clay.
It's like an
intimidating.
like extra small. Like what? And he rolls them up.
No, he probably wears a medium or a large. He just rolls them up like a women's basketball player.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Like to watch that.
Tommy Paul's got short shorts too. He looks like John Stockton out there.
He's got 4-inch inseams going on.
That's good.
I mean, he does. Him and Jeff Hornacek on the Utah Jazz. Like Tommy's got him, but that's on purpose. He's not hiking him up. He's just showing off the leg because he's got nice legs. All right, let's go. Keep it on the men's side. Dark horses. All right, we're into the round of 32 almost. Dark horses. Some players. Lesser known players that you think can win their next match, get to the round of 16, and maybe even beyond into the quarterfinals. Let's leave the big names out. Are there any lesser known players that we think can keep moving on? Sam, we'll start with you.
Hold on, I'm looking at the drawer now. I like Shelton's draw. He plays Musetti next, and then after that, I'm not sure, but like I like Shelton right now, and then I'm always a fan of Khachanov. I know he beat Hubie, who might have been injured, but like I think Khachanov is really good every time I watch him play. He might not have the results and be like a top 15, top 20 guy, but Khachanov, I will not be surprised if, again, I don't know the exact draw. I don't have it in front of me, but like
if Khachanov wins, he plays Sinner or Giron. So
Khachanov can win one more match and then lose. But having said that, I think Khachanov is really good.
Yeah. What about Michelsen? Who does Alex play?
He plays Khachanov to play Demon Hour Cerundolo.
Okay, what do we think about Michelsen versus Karen Khachanov in the third round? I think
for sure
Alex, cheering
for Khachanov.
No, I'm not sure. Absolutely not. I think
Isner likes Khachanov the way Stevie likes Nishikori.
It's true.
Isner loves a Karen.
I'm definitely not. It's my mom's name. Yeah, I'm definitely not.
That's why I said it.
Cheering for him. I'm cheering for Alex. Do we think Alex can win that match in round 3?
Yeah, I think so. I think he has a good chance because he plays. He can play a more of an awkward style of game, and Khachanov, is a bully in the middle of the court. He hits the crap out of the ball off both sides, forehands and backhands, and I think Alex will be able to kind of, in lack of a better terms, maybe gross it up a little bit with some slices, some angles, just some like goofy athletic points. So if the serve is on for Alex and he can return well like he did in round 1, and I'm guessing round 2 as well, he is I think he's going to have a good chance in that one, just if he can kind of gross it up a little bit.
I think Alex can win that match. I'll be interested to see what the odds are for that one. I think Alex might even be a slight favorite there. So that'll be one to watch. Good effort from Marcos Giron as well. We think it's going to end in the third round.
Heck, down 4-2 in the fifth, if I'm not mistaken, and pulls it out in 5.
Do you know Marcos Giron and I went to the same high school?
Really?
Nope.
We did. I did know that.
Yeah.
Thousand Oaks Prep.
Thousand Oaks High School. Name another high school in America that has had 2 players reach the top 50 in the world in tennis. You can't.
That's Well, the Boca
IMG
prep
doesn't
thing,
count. No,
that doesn't count. You're right. It doesn't count.
It's
You're
just
right.
like a normal high school in America. Both played high school tennis.
Did he play high school tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to do some research on that one, Sam, but I would say probably not.
We also had Claire Lou. Claire Lou went to our high school. I'm getting sidetracked, but like she's also like
wow, this is just like a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Let's go back to our snake draft picks really quick. It seems that one of us is in dire straits, and that one is Sam, because his 11. What are you talking about?
I have Djokovic left. I mean,
you have Djokovic left. Everyone else has 2 players left. You
Not
lost.
me.
Everyone else
Not
has
me.
2 players left?
Not me. I have 1 player left.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Do some prep. Another factually incorrect statement
Hubie.
on the pod.
Excuse me.
Hubie went
All
down.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. I think both
John,
you guys are so. Jack and I are sitting pretty nice, I think. I don't know.
John's got like some weird voodoo magic on his side. Lehechka has had 3 walkovers in like 6 matches this year.
Yeah, he had 2 walkovers in Brisbane, and he had a walkover in the second round.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's clean living. I don't know. I like, and he's got a good draw. You guys said, who does Lehechka play?
He does actually. I just saw it. He plays Benjamin or Bonzi.
Okay, Bonzi in the third round, and I have the defending champ, #1 player in the world. I mean,
He lost a set. Sinner lost a set.
I'm not going to trade positions with anyone. I guess it's just a race to the bottom with Stevie and Sam. Jack, who do you think's going to finish DFL between Stevie and Sam? Let's just pencil us in at the top.
Well, I'm 1 ahead of him. I still got an extra win ahead of him, so
You do, but it's all about
Stevie. Your last guy is
Carlos.
Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and predict that. Actually, no, I'm screwed on this because my 2 guys left are going to play each other in the quarters.
Ooh,
But then we'll get some more
that's
wins.
good.
No, that's good for
Yeah,
you.
we'll get, no, actually, yeah, no, we'll get.
That means 8
Yeah,
wins.
we'll get some more wins. I switched it on the other side. Alcaraz, I don't think he's going to struggle too much with Borges next, so I feel good about that for you, Stevie. Don't think he's going to struggle. Yeah. Ooh, then do they play each other? Will you guys might have a Carlos versus Novak to finish DFL?
Oh yes, that's the quarter.
Dude, that's what we're doing.
That's what it's going to come down to.
We should have
More than likely.
something major watch party live commentate to see who finishes with whatever penalty on the line.
That's what it's going to come down to. We actually we polled our Instagram audience, right, just to come up with a punishment for who finishes DFL.
Did we get any good ones?
We got a good one here. This is _Zoomy says loser has to play the $15,000 futures in Sherbrooke. Where is Sherbrooke? Sounds like California.
No, doesn't sound like California to me. I'm going to guess Florida.
Sounds
Oh
like
my gosh, that is horrendous.
That would be tough.
That's incredible.
Because no one has a ranking. Steve used to have a ranking, right? You still have some points on the.
I think I got like
board.
10 points still on the board, baby.
My favorite one is loser has to be replaced for an episode on the pod, but the loser has to find their replacement, and it's like a surprise to the other 3.
Ooh,
Kind of like
I like
Smart
that,
List.
actually.
Oh, that's not.
That's
I
not
like
really
that.
a penalty. That's actually like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know. And it's fun for everyone. Like, all right,
Fun for
Stevie,
everyone,
you
and-
lost, but you got to find your replacement.
I like
And we
that.
don't
I
know
like
who
that.
it is.
Because let's
I
be
think
honest, no one's entering a futures in Sherbrooke. We don't even know where that is.
Yeah.
But
I might.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
I think
Let's put
you
that-
should
that's in the-
do that and then 24 hours at Waffle House challenge.
No, that's
We don't even
like-
have
that's-
Waffle House in California.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
hope.
Ugh.
That would be tough.
I like that. Find it.
I think we
I like
might
that one.
settle in on that. Let's do some round 3 predictions on the American side. So help me out here. We have Marcos Giron, Alex Michelsen, Tommy Paul, Taylor Fritz,
Shelton.
Benny Shelton could potentially play Taylor Fritz in the 4th round. That would be blockbuster. Am I missing anyone? That's 5 players. 5 players in the 3rd round. Who do we think? Obviously, none of them play each other in the 3rd round. Do we think how many of those 5 do you think can advance? I think the answer is 4 because Giron plays center. But do y'all agree with that?
I like Shelton winning over Musetti. I like Fritz winning. Tommy, who does Tommy play?
He plays Carbayes Baena.
I like Tommy in that,
Really
and I kind of like Michelsen over Khachanov. I'm with you. I like the 4. I like all 4 of those guys advancing.
I have 3.
Okay.
I have the obvious ones. Taylor, Tommy. Sorry, Marcos. Don't see him getting through Sinner.
Not even in the sleeveless shirt?
Not even in the sleeveless. I think Alex will get through Khachanov, and I think Musetti gets Thrupen in like a epic 5-setter. I think it's going to be a really good one. Both those guys are. Musetti's a lot of fun to watch. He's a talented tennis player, and I think he just. I think he gets him in 5. I think that'll be a really one of those like. I think that might be the only like special third round, kind of knockdown, drag out one that we'll remember in a couple of days.
That's right. I am going to stir the pot here, but also believe I have 2 advancing. I got Fritz and Tommy only advancing. I agree. I think Musetti, I actually think it's going to be probably an epic match, and I see Musetti taking that. I think Khachanov is just going to veteran his way through Michelsen. And yeah, Giron, we'll pray for you in that one.
He'll be on Rod Laver Arena more than likely, so that'll be a nice showcase for Marcos.
Or is that like the third round they put the 1 seed on like Margaret Court?
They put Carlos on Margaret Court. I was like, ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, but it's like they do at the French. Like
no, I know.
Plays some matches.
It's a little different at the French. I feel like there's 2
Wimbledon.
like center courts at the French. Like, I don't know. I think I feel like Carlos should be on center.
So I know we talked about the 5 American men left in the draw, but we knew that Learner Tien was still going. He just won. He just beat Medvedev 10-7 in the 5th set tiebreaker. Incredible result after having a match point, in the 3rd set tiebreaker. Losing the 4th set, coming back, breaking at 5-6 down in the 5th set to win 10-7 in the 5th set tiebreaker. Incredible win. We now have 6 American men in the round of 32. That is a lot. Can't remember the last time we've had that many at the Aussie Open. He's just 19 years old. Incredible result from Tien. The next gen, I think, is coming in really strong. We've talked about João Fonseca, Tien, Michelsen, Mensik, who beat Casper in 5 sets. These guys are a force. 3 of them are into the round of 32. So incredible result that we just witnessed with Tien over Medvedev. That's it for our round 2 recap, round 3 preview. We will be back on Saturday, United States time, to talk about the round 3 results and preview what's ahead at the Aussie Open. All right, so here's our trivia. We talked about how dominant Taylor has been through 2 rounds. He's lost just 8 games. Very, very impressive. So here's a question. Aussie Open only, which were the only 2 players to have dropped less games than Taylor in his first 2 matches since 1988 at the Australian Open only?
I'm going to go Novak.
Okay.
And like Agassi. I think Agassi 1 year probably just like crushed 2 people early on.
I think I'm going to agree with the Novak thing, and then I'm trying to think of a second. I wanted to take like a home country, like maybe Hewitt just destroyed 2 people, like broke somebody a lot, but I don't know.
Hewitt, I feel like Hewitt doesn't have the game to like beat guys.
I know.
I'm going to go Novak and Boris Becker. Like way back in the day, played a couple like, businessmen who shouldn't have been in the draw in the round of 128 and 64 back then.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go Rafa. I remember him beating a first round match like 0-1. I do remember that. I don't remember his second round result. So I'm gonna go Rafa and John Isner.
Oh my gosh!
Sometimes you lose 8 games in a set.
Yeah, I know. I'll go Rafa and I think Sam said Agassi.
Nadal and Federer.
I should just be like the go-to answer for any trivia. You don't know who the answer is.
It should.
Wait, Nadal lost 4 games and Roger lost 6? That's insane.
We didn't do that very often through 2 rounds.
Yeah, it must have been 2011. Rafa, he played this guy. No, his name was Daniel. You would remember him, Sam. Marcos Daniel. There it is. Boom.
Oh,
that's what I remember, and it was just such a mismatch.
Marcus Daniel, the Kiwi guy?
No, Marcos Daniel from Brazil. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning back into Something Major. Really appreciate it. We will be back in 2 days' time. So until then, have a good one.